Hello, g'day, I'm Philip Duncan from Weather Watch TV on YouTube. Thank you for joining us for our Australia-only forecast. And it's a fairly brief one today. There is not a lot going on, but we'll try and show you what is moving around. We've got a southerly change. That's probably the biggest thing moving along the southern coastline of Australia this week. Let's have a look at the animated wind map for Monday PM, and high pressure smack bang just off the coast of Canberra and Sydney. That is keeping conditions pretty settled there, but a little cooler as well. We've got the southeasterly flow going right up into Queensland. Low pressure offshore here towards New Caledonia. Bit like balancing an egg on a roof. It could kind of go either way, and that was how it was last week. But it looked as though it was going to come into Queensland last week. I remember talking about some bigger rainfall totals, but it's gone the other way. It was precarious in the first place. High pressure down here is the reason it's being pushed further away from you, so not a lot of wet weather coming in. The other feature is the cold southerly. Look at it coming in here to southern parts of Western Australia, a very clear line where the temperatures are down as a result of that southerly, and that southerly change is going to move itself along the southern coastline of Australia over the coming week. So let's take a look at Tuesday's forecast. You can see that southerly right here. That's the middle portion of it coming into South Australia. Adelaide will notice that temperature drop later into the day, but milder nor'westers ahead of it. High pressure moving away towards New Zealand. That encourages these easterly winds. There is that low, mostly falling apart, but it is still the reason why you're getting more of these showers moving in. The pale blue, over 24 hours, you see it all along the coastline here and a little bit around South Australia, Western Australia, I should say. Not very much. That's talking about a few millimetres up to maybe 5 to 10 over the whole day. So just a few showers really in there. We go through to Wednesday, that southerly change now around Adelaide, spreading right through across to Melbourne, potentially into the ACT later. But look at Tasmania, right in the thick of this southerly change or southwesterly blowing through. Heavy rain on the western side there, not so much on the east, but you might still get 15 to 20 millimetres if you're lucky between Hobart and Lonnie. It just depends exactly on how that all progresses over the hills and ranges, 40, 50, maybe 60 millimetres further on along that western side, and a big dry patch here around New South Wales. As we go through to Thursday, it is very dry across Western Australia. Sorry, Perth, no rain in there for you. Coastal showers, though, continue on along the southern areas. And we've got southerlies continuing on here around the south to southeast. Nothing major in there. The dry spells return very much. You can see that rain shadow effect in Tasmania, where you've got 5 millimetres to 10 millimetres or so on the west coast, dry there on the eastern side. A couple of showers might come into Sydney here with that southeasterly, nothing too big in the forecast though. As we get through towards the end of the week, a few showers and maybe some thunderstorms here in Western Australia bubbling up for you. Showers carry on around the coastal side. It's a large area of showery weather, but it's not very much. Maybe around Bundaberg, you might be just seeing a little bit more in there in that green shading. That takes you up over 10 to 15 millimetres. Otherwise, most places are looking pretty dry. But it will be cloudy this week and slightly cooler for these eastern areas. The red line, that's where the tropical stuff starts. So that's right to the top of the nation at the moment. So temperatures are certainly down as these easterly winds carry on across the eastern side of the country. But of course, the flip side means as it moves over the deserts and heats up, you guys along the western side are feeling the heat. But a few more thunderstorms and showers for Western Australia coming in there on Saturday. By Sunday, again, not a great deal of change. High pressure moving in over the top of Adelaide for you and places like Port Lincoln. And then we've got westerly winds down here, certainly wetter on the western side of Tasmania, dry on the east. So I won't be seeing much wet weather for many of you there. And that is all from me. Now this week, we've got Anzac Day on Thursday here in New Zealand, so that's a public holiday. Our Australia-only forecast will be either out later on Wednesday or early for you on Thursday. Either way, it is still coming out this week. And we'll be taking a look at next week's weather just because we are seeing some computer modelling showing a bit more wet weather maybe coming in around the east here. But like I say, we've been seeing this off and on. It's been proving that it's not always accurate. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see what's going on. But for now, no major rainmakers on the way for Australia. I'll see you again later this week. Enjoy the rest of your Monday.